Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to madam. We are group 6. My group will like to present about our group project. Our group project title is Transportation Management System. First of all, I would like to introduce our group member. Firstly, Raihan Haris. The metric number is 274808. Second, Nur Shahira binti Muhammad. The metric number is 277077. Third, Nur Sazwani Zahira binti Zafri. The metric number is 277284. And the last one is me, Nur Hazwani binti Zainal. The metric number is 279380. So first, I would like to present about the business rule. There are 5 business rules in a transportation management system, which is only one customer can make one or many booking. Each booking only made by one customer. One customer can make one or many payment, then the payment only made by one customer. Only one booking for one or many transportation. And the last one, each staff can update one or many transportation, and one transportation updated by only one staff. This is ERD for Transportation Management System. There are 8 entities in this ERD, which are customer, booking, payment, transportation, staff, bus, train, and flight. In the entity, there are attributes that are provided. For example, for customer, we have customer ID, customer name, customer age, customer phone number, customer email, and customer identification number. Next, for booking, we have booking ID. Next, for transportation, we have passenger signal and ticket fee. For staff, we have staff ID, staff name, staff phone number, and staff email. And for payment, we have payment ID, payment date, payment amount, and payment types. For bus, we have bus no, destination, depart time, depart date, return time, return date, and origin. For train, we have train no, depart trip, return trip time, return trip date, depart trip time, and depart trip date. And the last one, for flight, we have flight no, departure time, departure date, arrival time, and arrival date. I think that's all from me. I will pass to my group members to continue this presentation. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum madam, my name is Nur Shaira binti Muhammad and my metric number is 277077. I will present about relational model. We have a act table, and firstly we create a multiplicity that is mandatory, or so we create three new table, that is bus transportation, transportation, and flight transportation. And the primary key is booking ID and bus number for bus transportation. And the foreign key is staff ID, reference staff, and cus ID, reference customer. For the train transportation, the primary key is booking ID and train no. And the foreign key is staff ID, reference staff, and cus ID, reference customer. And for the flight transportation, the primary key is booking ID and flight no. The foreign key is staff ID, also reference staff, and cus ID, reference customer. For the table booking, the primary key is booking ID and the foreign key is cus ID, reference customer. For the transportation table, the primary key is passenger seat no, and the foreign key is booking ID, reference booking, and staff ID, reference staff. For the customer table, the primary key is cus ID, and for the payment table, the primary key is payment ID, and the foreign key is cus ID, reference customer, and the last is staff, that is primary key is staff ID. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Raihan Harich with metric number 274808. So today I will explain about why the database owner needs such a report for their business. So we know that the database is a collection of information that can be easily accessed and managed and update. And database systems are essential to each business, so they can easily uh, use for the marketing activities and etc. So today I will explain about queries. So in this database, we have queries, and we want to input the table into the our database management system. So in this case, I will explain about the create table. So the first one is customer. In the in customer, the query is like this: create table customer and the customer ID, and then customer ID become our primary key because this is unique. And then this is the screenshot for the table: customer ID, customer name, customer age, phone number, email, identification number. And then we next to the payment table. So in this case, this is the query for the create table payment. So in this case, payment ID, it will be our primary key, and then we have another one for our foreign key is customer ID reference from customer. So this is the screenshot: payment ID, payment date, payment amount, payment type, and customer ID. And then next is stuff. We make the create table stuff. We make the table stuff here with this query. So in this case, stuff ID will be our primary key, and then in this case we don't have any foreign key. So this is the screenshot: stuff ID, stuff name, stuff phone number, stuff email. And then for the bus transportation, we make the table bus transportation with these queries. So in this case, we have a two primary key because we need to make a unique information to so booking ID and bus number is unique, so we can identify this is for a primary key. And then in this table we have staff ID and customer ID for our foreign key. Staff ID reference from staff, and customer ID is from customer. And then this is the screenshot from bus transportation. And then next is transportation. We make the transportation with this query. So we have a booking ID and train number for our primary key because that is unique. And then we have a foreign key, staff ID, and customer ID, same with the bus transportation. And then next is flight. We have also booking ID, our primary key, flight number, our primary key, and then staff ID and customer ID become our foreign key from staff table and customer table. So this is the screenshot. And then this is for booking table. We have a booking ID for our primary key and customer ID for our foreign key from customer table. And then this is the screenshot. And then transportation, we have a passenger seat number become our primary key, and then staff ID become our foreign key from the staff table. I think that's all from create table. And then we next to the alter table. So in this case, in this part, we in the alter table we can drop the column in the table, and then add column into the table, and then update that data type into in the table. So in this case, I will show you how to drop column in the customer table. So this is before me drop the column in the customer table. So this is the query for drop column cast passport. So I will drop this, and then after I did that, is comments complete successfully, and then I look into the customer table again, so it already dropped. So that's is for the alter table. So next is insert all data. So this is the important thing, because when the database is not have the data, it's not the database. So uh, this all is for the customer. I insert into the customer table. So the customer table have each data from the column, and then this is for payment, and then this is for staff, and then this is for booking, then this is for transportation, flight transportation, train transportation, and bus transportation. Yeah, this is for the screenshot. So the all row are already affected. And then next is update any data. So in this case, it can be like this too. When you want to update like multiple that column in the table, so your query it's like this. I want to update customer name and customer email on the customer table. So the query is like this: update customer. So set customer name into Nabikha, customer email into nabikha@gmail.com, where this is for the condition where the customer ID equals to 1. So in this table, when the customer ID is equal to 1, the customer number and the customer email will be changed, will be replaced into into Nabikha and nabikha@gmail.com. So this is the screenshot. It's already replaced and changed. Okay, I think that's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter. The next presenter.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Shazwani Zahira binti Zafri. My metric number is 277284. So I will continue with my part, which is create 5 view, drop any view, create 5 subqueries, create 5 multi-table queries, and create 5 queries including aggregate functions. So first, create view. Why we need create view in database? My opinion, quick view can show what we need. For example, if we have query, we can code several tables that select from the view. This is we create the view, and then we also can drop view. In the project, we drop view customer view. After that, we also create five subquery with different function for our transportation management system. So first, we select the attribute and like we show in the screen right now. Then we select attribute from the entity, and then we write where. In the project, we also create multi-table queries. For this project, we create select customer ID, customer name, and staff ID and staff name from customer and staff. In the project, we create the query, including in the project we create query include aggregate function. For this SQL, we create count, select count, all as count from customer ID more than 5. That's all from my group. Thank you.